Alright guys, here we are at NV Performance. This is my shop. I'm the owner, Charles. Just to give you a little shop tour. This is our storefront. We're located here off of Leon Road. That major highway down there is Beach Boulevard. That sees all kinds of cars per day. This is our front lot. It's like gravel mixed with crushed asphalt. That's my truck, Jennifer's Subaru, and Justin's FJ. This is a customer's car. It's been here for about 6 months getting a motor built. It's getting an LS. I'll run it. Let me take you guys inside. There's Jennifer doing her thing, ordering parts, and getting frustrated at the computer sometimes. This is
That's an understatement.
this is our lobby.
Alright, so what I got you on right now,
We have a
actually my comments
battery rack,
just so you can be able to read all that
fire
air
extinguisher.
ratio and kind of knocking going on.
This is our race simulator that we can hook up to the TV. It used to have a seat on top of it to actual like race seat to drive around with, hooked up to the TV and all. And I apologize for my voice. This is getting over a cold here. Little decoration on the wall. Unfinished walls and ceiling up at the top.
Yes, it's cold outside.
There's Butter, shop mascot. He's very cute. Little shelf. Detailing some parts, but really hardly ever gets looked at. This is my 69 Mustang, which got this whole shop started. That's my baby. And I'll show you the state of affairs it's in now. Got a little play track for if kids come by, people waiting on their cars. Our flat screen TV, customer entertainment, very comfy seats. This is our banner that we designed for events and go into. Everything hanging up in the shop. Restroom, single restroom inside. This is supposed to be our little coffee bar here. Sometimes it kind of houses random parts and other items. Our front desk is unfinished, but working on it. This is our wall that we made. This is for extra division room for the speedometers and everything. Kind of tightens it up and gives us a back office. More random parts and stuff that we need to store. Unfinished drywall. Here's the part shelf. Stuff coming in and out. Butter's cage. Random tool laying there. This is my office here. I got a TV I need to fix. Parts box filled with, I don't know, $2,800, $3,200, something like that, worth of parts. I got a computer here I still have to hook up for my office. It's the desk is sometimes a mess. I share it with my business partner, Alex. This is our speedometer room. As you can see, we get a few other random parts and kind of junk stored here. But this has been a core of our business here. We fix all these clusters here. These are all spare parts out of old units. There's the bench where everything happens. But we have over 2,500 speedometers in stock with parts inside of them. You can't buy the parts, so you have to take what's good from another unit to repair another customer's unit. More part storage. packing materials. There's the glass for my 69 Mustang. My headers are up there. This here is a Corvette digital dash, which we're having to transfer pieces for power units and everything over. There's our signal generator, power supply, soldering station, soldering irons and stuff. Microscope to be able to look at circuit boards nice and close. Hood for another 69 Mustang in the shop. So let me go back here to the back.
I absolutely love Moog. I don't go with Moog for any.
We're
It's
stored
the
up here.
company
Subaru
that
Drive.
does aftermarket.
We love Subarus around here. We build a lot of them. As you walk in the shop, you're greeted by this shelf, which has a fully built motor sitting there ready to go. We still have to put that together. Light, radiator condenser for this A86 that we have over here. Is our diagnostic tool bench. I wish it was a lot cleaner and a lot easier to get by. But I stay busy working on cars, and stuff just tends to pile up. This used to be our old system of days in, days out, what needs to get done that day, what's on the schedule. We do all that electronically now with our Mitchell and bolt-on technology. Here's the refrigerator for the shop. Stores all of our lunches. Hardware and bolts and everything go in this old cabinet. I got this this cabinet from an old plumbing store that was there. There's more storage for fluids and such. Kind of disorganized. This is our bathroom here. Very typical mechanic's bathroom. The light's kind of dim and going out. The guys never clean this, or I never get around to having the time to. Here's our shop floor. It's kind of dirty and greasy, hard to keep clean. Here's cylinder heads for a Subaru. All the parts trying to stay organized here with them. This bench has a LS top end and pistons and rotating assembly on it, along with other miscellaneous shit from Alex and Morgan, which Morgan isn't here anymore. I just had to let him go for various reasons. Bench grinder, workbench. This is my toolbox here. I got the compression tester out doing a compression test on this Subaru over here. There's my motorcycle I need to get fixed and sell and get rid of. That's a hose reel made out of a wheel. Here's Alex's toolbox. It gets hot down here in Florida. It's very hot and humid, so we have plenty of fans, even though that doesn't even help. Here's our single oil caddy for doing all of our jobs, our AC machine. Here's a Scion FRS we're doing a wide body on. This was brought to us by a customer, said he got this wide body kit and wanted to put it on. I bid this job out way too cheap. I agreed to do it for like $800, and it's thus far been like 20 hours into this work, getting everything fit up and nice, and it's not even painted yet, but everything pretty much clears. This is the back fender here, doing all these pie cuts and everything. Trying to weld these things are almost impossible. I've done sheet metal welding and everything before, but these are like super thin. I think these panels come out to being like 0.5 millimeters As you can see, it's crowded in here, difficult to walk around. There's a Subaru motor apart, waiting to get built. Come back out here. Jet ski parts for a couple jet skis that we have sitting in the back. They need turbos on them. There's a 69 Mustang that came in for had a restoration a couple years ago. Need to get refreshed, and he's got about a $15,000 ticket on it. But we've been waiting to get other stuff done, to get the engine back together and get new suspension pieces put back in, and then finish up with all the electronics. And we got a lot of polishing to do. It's a pretty nice setup. A little crowded in there for my taste. I like a lot cleaner engine bay. Here's a A86 straight from Japan. It is right-hand drive. Still got to put the motor together. This car has actually been here for 2.5 years almost. Pretty much since we opened, and we've had a lot of problems going on with it. A lot of just shit along the way. We had the engine bay. We outsourced the paint job. They painted the wiring harness and everything. When we outsourced it, they didn't wrap it up or anything like that, so I have to redo the wiring harness, wrap on it, get all the paint off all the connectors and everything so it can go back together. This is a show car, and there you can see it. It is right-hand drive. Straight from Japan. Here's the Subaru we've been working on for 3 weeks now. What turned into a simple job snowballed into like $3,500 worth of work, and it actually still doesn't run because either it's got low compression, or we got 2 bad injectors on cylinders 1 and 4. There's my Subaru engine out of my car, kind of ready to go and put in. I still need a few things to get it done. Oxy and acetylene tanks and a propane tank. I do have old welders. I have this Lincoln over here, which there's, sorry to get sidetracked, there's one of our older lifts. It's difficult to get performance in lowered cars on these lifts. So what we do is we set up these blocks to roll them up onto. There's our nasty greasy floor. But here's an old square wave TIG 355. Cool little machine. Have yet to get it working. I'm pretty sure it does. I bought it for like $1,000. Wanted to get this TIG up and running. There was the just a cheap big 140 I started out with. It was great for learning how to welding up my Mustang. Old drill press, which we use that, and there's a vape up there. Continuing on, this lift that the Mustang's on actually is pretty much broken. It's got leaking down cylinders. The lift arms don't lift up evenly, but the cylinder's starting to go. It's showing signs of wear. And I know these are going to be about like $500 to get fixed. But it's just an old lift. But we make do with it. More random shit laying on the floor. More stuff on the floor. There's our oil disposal, oil filters, gasoline, and antifreeze in the back. One electric reel. Here's a customer's car here. She's got very interesting taste with the Jack Skellington, but it's pretty cool. We're actually getting her motor built, and I'll show you guys the engine room last. Here's a Triumph here. It needs a full restoration. VW bus. We got the motor apart in the engine room, getting ready to go. Here's my old car. It's sitting out here under a tarp, only in primer, and the interior of the body's in bare steel. I'm actually really sad about it because I don't get the time to work on it because I'm always trying to pay the bills here. This is an unfinished section of the shop, which could be a great indoor section. Could house more lifts, an alignment rack, tire machine, stuff to kind of get us making money. Here's my Subaru. I'm trying to siphon the gas out of it the other day, but kind of stopped and got onto other things. There's another customer's car. Getting just a few things done. Yet another customer's car. This is Alex's BRZ. He's got suspension on it and everything. Pretty quick car, but still stock motor, stock tune. And again, I apologize for my voice. It's been hard to talk all day. I can't tell if I'm sick of the because of the cold or because of the stress. Here's this Mustang. It's got a rod knock in the bottom end, so we're likely going to be building the motor. Probably about another 10 or 12 grand going into that one. Here's a truck for a reflash that I still have to do this afternoon. Another customer's car needs a rear axle. Another customer that's not picking up. And a military guy's Subaru that's out at sea right now. Here's a 240 with a body kit that's all molded in. We did all the wiring to this car. Final thing we need is a tune on it, or a new, had an old Apexi controller on it. Straight 1990 stuff. This thing I love, it's a Pontiac Ventura, 1971. It's pretty much a Nova, but you don't see any of these. It's got a turbo 350 trans with a blown, and I don't mean it's got a supercharger, it's got a blown 400 engine in it. But it's got some rust on it. You guys want to sell it. $5 grand if you guys want it. But a pretty cool car. I'm thinking of buying it and LS swapping it. This is all of our property back here. As you can see, we got plenty of parking. Goes all the way to the back. There's those jet skis over there that I gotta fix. Another customer's car. This is the tech I had to get out of here last week. He still has his car stored here, so I gotta get them out of here. We rent to this guy here. He's got a Bobcat that we do. There's my jet skis all the way back there. Another Subaru. So we got lots of parking, lots of space. There comes another car getting towed in. But let me go in here and show you guys the engine room. Jennifer and Justin helping the tow truck driver get in. And this is our upper storage area. It's all made out of hardwood and 2x4s, and there's flame sealant everywhere. There's another wall that's just made out of plywood. AC going into the office and everything. And last but not least, here's our air-conditioned engine room. This thing I try to keep really clean. Pretty hard. I let Alex come in here and build a motor. And this is kind of what it turns into. It is air conditioned, so that's a nice part about it. But it gets really messy and it's really tight in here. We got engine parts everywhere. Old bench vise. Lights that aren't working in here. I think the bulbs just blew. I don't know. I haven't had time to really check it out, trying to get other cars done. There's the Volkswagen motor apart. That's the motor for the Mustang out there that's up on the rack. There's the crankshaft for it. There's our engine buckets and everything for the top end of Subaru motors. They use a solid lifter. I'm probably talking too much. But, our biggest struggles here is, it's hard to get stuff in and out, in and done and out, and build out on time. And the months catch up with us. I know this month I'm going to be behind on rent, current on sales tax, which is good, but probably next month not so much. We don't even have any money to pay our staff, Jennifer and Justin over there. Me and Alex haven't taken a real paycheck, just kind of what we need here and there, just for random stuff, kind of getting everything moving. We're a young shop though. I'm 25, Alex is 27. Started this place when I was 22. Always been a dream of mine, and unfortunately it looks like this dream's getting darker. I opened up a shop to have an actual performance shop in the community. There were none. I started wrenching on cars because I took my car to a shop to get some welding done, to get a few things done, and they trashed my car. They did the job that they were supposed to do, but then 3 days later it broke, and I was like, that's it. I'm gonna figure out how to do this on my own. I want to make sure that I can do this, and so I started learning. I started getting into it. Went and worked for a restoration shop in the beaches area, and this is how this place came to be, because I always dreamed that a shop like this in Jacksonville could be very beneficial for the car community here, and the car community here is booming right now. Everybody's buying new cars, turbocharging, supercharging, tuning and everything. There's no real tuners here in Jacksonville. I do tuning. One thing we don't have is a dyno, but it's stuff that we street tune. There's another competitor down south in Green Cove that has a dyno. There's another competitor up north in St. Mary's that has a dyno, but that's about it around here. Guys, we need some help. I'm gonna shoot to Jennifer and Justin over here and give a quick 1 minute, what we need help on, how we can improve.
Justin heard that.
So Jennifer, you want to tell folks how we can improve here?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Do you want to tell people how we could improve the shop here? Just a few key points. Be brutally honest. I don't care if you offend me.
Do what?
Be brutally honest. I don't care if you offend me.
To help workflow, stop bouncing around from car to car, actually taking scheduled appointments, not having hurdles, actually ordering parts that are the right parts instead of spending money on parts that are not the right parts, pulling out things before we get parts, like for instance this, we could have had this days ago and had the transmission out before we had the transmission parts, but nope, now we're working on it after we get the parts. Really it's all about time maintenance. And so, and some people getting to the shop on time would absolutely help workflow too.
Alright guys, probably a little bit of a long video, so I do